like a pin.
Yeah.
Because that was when I first got Dipper. He had a stomach bug that we couldn't figure out what the issue was, and he could not have solid stool to save his life.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, and so it would literally be just diarrhea all the time, stressful to go on walks even because you don't want to hit the concrete, and then it's really hard to clean out of the...
Yeah, you're just scraping, hoping that it's like not gonna cut open like a hole in the poop bag.
Yeah.
But you're scraping the concrete with your poop bag.
Or praying that like there were a few areas that were just dirt, and those were the areas where I'm like, I need you to go right here, right now, or else.
The tiny little town I grew up in, it was weirdly, not weirdly, it's like, very, it's standardized here to spay and neuter. Just wasn't there. Like the idea of it wasn't even like culturally common. And so dogs constantly just getting randomly pregnant. It became a system in our life. And then eventually my dog, my Whippet, got pregnant. 6, I was gonna say kids.
Bro, you're out here talking like the dog, like Jesus Christ mom or something. Like the dog accidentally, like magically. Your dog was a virgin and then she was pregnant.
You're being so rude to my dog. A Christian.
How young were you? Is that what your parents told you? Like the dog was a virgin and then one day she had beautiful children.
Babies. I think I was literally just operating on like the science of like momentum, and then stuff happens. When you're a kid and you can't die, you're just like, I'll just like walk on stuff and fall over.
Your skin heals itself.
That hadn't happened for like childbirth yet. I hadn't been like, oh, people do stuff and then the kid happens.
Yeah.
No, like people just randomly.
Well, you're an adult now, which is why I'm shocked that you're still explaining it with the same concept.
Well, it's all framed back. It's like these experiences happen.
Dude, you're not listening. I'm saying it happened when I was a kid, and that is true. Now that wouldn't be the kid. This fucking true. But after that happened, 6 puppies, abnormally big for like a Whippet litter, and it turns out there's also no potty training standard where I'm from. So every day back from school, the floor's just shit. It's just shit.
So your parents didn't even potty train the dog?
Yeah, it's just me and my mom, and I don't think we ever really anticipated it. She's also a very seat of the pants kind of.
Wait, your dog's name is Whippet?
No, the type of dog.
Oh,
they're like have you ever seen? There's this little mini doc, I think it's on ESPN or something, called The Michael Jordan of Dogs.
Oh yeah.
And it's about, wait, can we pull this up? Actually, could you pull up The Michael Jordan of Dogs? Because
oh my God, that's the type of dog you have?
It's like a greyhound scaled down.
They're so athletic. And
you're probably thinking their heads are so small, their brains are small, and they're probably dumb, right? Correct, yes.
That's what
dumbest dogs.
That's what I was thinking. No, that dog looks like he just only knows how to run. That's what it looks like. It looks like there's only one speed for the dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one, Jacob.
Look at all those. Oh my God.
So we got the treadmill, and I can be doing homework and walking dogs, like killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Wow.
He's not even going fast. Whatever.
Just wait.
Sucks. I'm so close to revoking my all dogs are cute principle.
All right, here we go.
What?
You're about to change your mind, okay?
The music.
Some may be gross, but they are beautiful.
They leap into the water.
Let's see Kaya do this.
And they have to grab a thing.
Like Michael Jordan.
What the fuck?
And when you see this at full speed, it's insane.
You think Ed Jordan could do this shit?
No way,
no
dude.
Fucking way. That
6 rings and he couldn't do a single dog dive.
The dog shit bite.
What? Yeah, the angle's really ridiculous.
Bro, that is so much. That's so much height, dude.
And it's this like high school girl who has this uncanny bond with this dog. It's like a movie.
People are going crazy for it. Yeah. They're like, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dude, if you live in Iowa, this is the nuttiest shit.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah,
this
I love that. I love that.
The one thing that doesn't hit about this documentary is it sets itself up like it's going to be like I, Tonya, where it's like, wow, this is so impressive, and then a dark story outlines.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like,
their bodies are like all muscle. I mean, yeah, I didn't see any. That dog was so fucking lean. I think my cats are pretty lean. I definitely don't think my cats are fat, but man, that dog makes my cats look fat.
jumped really good.
Yeah, the dog jumped really good. It did destroy another dog's career.
I like. Yeah, there's no drama.
Yeah, the dog's ex-boyfriend shattered another
The dog bites the other dog's leg before the competition. Fucks the dog up. I'm glad that they're doing this. This is a great documentary. What a way to start the podcast.
Yeah, I had to talk about Spitfire.
That's actually it for today.
Yeah, all right,
get the
guys.
fuck
I
out
mean,
of our
we're
house.
reacting. I don't know if this is kosher.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, this ESPN.
Okay.
And it's just a few seconds.
I think as far as the industry goes, this is the safe space for React.
Okay.
I think finally we can say what's on our mind.
Yeah.
Have a nice debate where we agree.
I mean, listen, I posted that photo, remember from the Streamies last year?
Oh, yeah.
When I was like,
that's right.
me with everyone whose content I've stolen.
Right.
And then like, I guess people don't understand that like content creators are friends with one another.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, actually you are stealing their content. I'm going to be mad on behalf of them.
Yeah. It's a nuanced thing. We talked about this with Lud.
Yeah. If two people are in a picture taking a picture and it's captioned stealing my friend's content or stealing this content or whatever, they're friends. They know, okay? They are all aware, and none of them actually give a fuck about getting their content. Because there are some people who they don't want you to watch their content. Cool. That's totally fine. It's your video. If you don't want people to watch it, you don't want streamers to watch it, that's fine. There's lots of people who either A, do not give a single fuck because so little of the viewership is being taken away. And then there are people who actually like it and enjoy it, where they're like, oh boy, my video is being reacted to, you know? The streamies are today as well. Oh yeah. Someone I know is supposed, or someone I know, I don't remember. Someone said that they had to post some streamy stuff. I'm gonna be honest, I never watched the streamies. Where's the cube light? I haven't moved it yet. It's still in my old place.
Ludwig too, where there's just a line where it's like you know, if you leave the chair and you don't know the creator. I've noticed that you've changed your React habits though. I was watching you do some React. You were watching brand deals. Is there like a big takeaway from like the Reactgate drama that you're just trying to?
No.
Oh, okay.
I feel like as far as Reactgate goes, I've been in the crosshairs for this particular thing many times over. And the first time I changed my habits dramatically because I do think that it was like fucked up because I had a dual cam setup where if I was in the kitchen, I was still watching.
Right.
Yeah.
But like people didn't fucking know that. Only my community knew that. But it was like super clippable to just be like, fuck this guy. You know what?
Yeah.
Look at what he's doing.
I think I
even if
watched
it's like
some of your like back in the true crime React era. It would be like you came back and people were like, you missed something. It was like, no, I watched it. I was there.
And tons of the people that are seeing clips may not be that familiar with your content in general.
Yeah.
And are watching a clip, even if it's one of the extended highlights that you don't upload, but you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like he just walked to what the hell, but you've been live for 29 hours or whatever.
Yeah, there's also that element of it where people are just like unfamiliar with the process, like they don't understand it.
Yeah.
So I changed that a while ago when the original Reactgate happened. It was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. I don't even remember. So I stopped doing that, and then I mean even now, every now and then I still have to go pee or like.
Yeah.
Other emergencies happen while you're streaming that, you know, I don't really talk about too much, but there's a lot of things happening in a 10-hour time frame throughout the day. So sometimes you're unfortunately away from the computer and can't.
And also sometimes, not excusing the behavior, but I'm just stating the behavior where I think that there's some behavior that's, more acceptable than others. Obviously, it's a sliding scale. But sometimes you literally just have to get up from your computer. Like if someone is delivering a package in the middle of the day, in the middle of your stream, I'm not planning to like immediately find something else for everyone to watch. You know what I mean? Like finding stuff that you can put in the interim when you're not there takes time. If it's like, okay, I'm just gonna be right back. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys get what I mean. Shit happens. Yeah. Also, sorry, we have to curb behavior in this chat. Okay, I am committed to curbing all pancake waffle behavior as soon as possible, as quickly as possible.
Can't immediately go back, and I'm not talking like I had explosive diarrhea.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just regular
For sure.
diarrhea.
Yeah, just regular diarrhea.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, it literally
regardless.
could be that the dog had explosive diarrhea. And
I
you're just
mean,
like, oh
yeah.
fuck, I have to clean that now.
I think the other line, especially for like the reason it was so easy for the XQC situation to kick this off, the new React Gate, was because he was literally like not in his chair. And then it was also posted, I think, by one of his editors to YouTube.
Yeah, he would post like straight VOD rips onto his YouTube.
Yeah.
I never do that, but like,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter because a lot of people.
And also the way that XQC handled it was absolutely fucking terrible, right? Like, the problem with what XQC did was that he walked off from a video that was like 11 minutes long, which that's kind of bad. If you're leaving for over 10 minutes, you should put something on the screen that you know people don't mind having it restreamed, right? If I'm leaving for 10 minutes, I'm going to find a video from a content creator who has given me explicit permission to just leave their shit up. Like Hasan, for example. The reason I play so much of his stuff at the beginning of stream is because I've gotten a confirmation that he doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. So yeah, if I'm leaving for 10 minutes, I'm going to pull up a quick little like clip from someone who I know doesn't care, put it up on the screen, and then leave, right? Because 10 minutes is kind of a long time, right? The problem though, because what XQC did was kind of bad, but it's not like fully bad, if that makes sense. It was still bad. It was still bad. You shouldn't you shouldn't play content while you are not at your computer. Unless it's like an emergency and it's like, I'm literally getting swatted. I have to leave the room. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to get upset at you at that point. If someone gets upset at you because you didn't pause their video when you were getting swatted, I think that person should be excluded from society. Okay, let's say that. The problem with the XQC shit was that he fucking posted direct VOD rips straight to YouTube. And that is 100% stealing views from the original video. Because if you are an XQC fan and you see one video and it's like, how are water bottles made? And then you see another video that says, XQC reacts to how are water bottles made? You're going to click the second one. You know what I mean? Because you're like, oh, well, I want to see what my streamer has to say about this. And that is direct, like viewer stealing. Direct. When you're using the same title, the same thumbnail, and you're adding like a minute of content, and you're just doing direct VOD rips, that is absolutely unacceptable. And his opinion on the matter was, well, I don't give a fuck. And it's like, okay, yeah, I can't save you. You know what I mean? I can't. That's direct stealing. You're basically just posting it back on the original platform too. Yeah. My hot take is Twitch and YouTube audiences are very different. Yeah, and I mean, I've said this before. I just think that the average Twitch viewer is different from the average YouTube viewer. You know what I mean? Also, well, I'm not going to rehash this. You guys know what
People didn't realize that I have like 1,000 fan-owned and operated channels that I don't even touch the revenue of at all. Like they just make their own money off of it.
Yeah.
So they're like, what the fuck? This guy's just like, and some of them do have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, I would say primarily I consume your stream through the Hasan, Clips Industrial Complex.
Yeah.
And
until Reactgate, I was not really aware of how much involvement you had with all those sub channels, and I didn't realize it was none with like a ton of them.
Yeah. I don't touch them at all. I'm like, go off if you want to make money, make some money off of it. Yeah, I'm not a firm IP defender at all. I think it's bullshit. But I mean, obviously there's reasonable.
Yeah.
There's bounds of reason. Like, I don't want to offend content creators. I'm a content creator.
Yeah.
People constantly forget that because they're like, oh, all he does is just let his chair watch YouTube videos. But like, I don't want, like, I know the labor that goes into making shit. For sure. I don't want to like watch someone's video and just not really watch it and then have that creator be like, well, what the fuck? And I don't want to upload it and be like, take away from their algo, right? So what I try to do, and what I've tried to do for the longest time now, is like I always pull additional data from other places. Like I'll pull another complimentary video or something like that, TikToks, Instagram posts, or data in general if I'm talking about something, and try to make it transformative. Obviously it's live, so there's going to be dead air regardless.
Yeah.
And then like the way I do it is like, look, if you're an editor, if you want to upload my videos, you can, but just like cut the fucking dead air out. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Make sure that you like at least edit it a little bit so that you're not directly just doing like a VOD rip.
Yeah. Right. Because there need to be guidelines for, even if it's an unaffiliated channel, just for the betterment of I guess it's just like the it's good manners, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the practice has to be established by creators. As much people will chirp and tell you what to do, ultimately, like, the best practice is established by the person that starts doing it. There is no, like, winning a debate and then everyone goes like, oh shit, I guess I will be different. Yeah. It just has to have started naturally and considerately.
Like, for example, the thing is, like, even if I have a content creator who I'll watch like a period of the video and I know exactly what time codes I'm watching, and then I'll stop watching and it's like a third of the video. I promote it, and my commentary on it is like much larger than the video itself. Sometimes someone will upload it, and if I feel like I'll talk to content.
I totally forgot about this tweet. Cutie tweeting about, that's it, I'm going to start watching TV on Twitch. This was a year ago. I believe this is when people started watching like Death Note on stream. Please react to HGTV all day. And the official HGTV channel on Twitter responded saying, will they love it or list it? Why did they pick House 2? No one entertains that much. Houses are how much in California? Maybe I do want to move to Mississippi. There's so much to talk about as you watch! Exclamation point, exclamation point. And to be very clear, I'm not going to bother talking about creators. I'm going to say creators and I guess media conglomerates are two separate groups. I am only talking about media conglomerates right now, to be very clear. And I believe media conglomerates or traditional cable television doesn't really have great evergreen content. A lot of traditional TV, the older seasons just don't air anymore. They've already gotten everything that they could have gotten out of those. And so these channels, these cable television channels, don't care. And if anything, they appreciate streamers watching it. I think that every single person who has streamed MasterChef or Hell's Kitchen or Kitchen Nightmares has only improved Gordon Ramsay's viewership. Pretty much exclusively. And these media companies know that, and that's why they don't crack down on this. Even like CNN or like Fox or whatever, they don't in general crack down on people. The only time they do is when you're restreaming an event that is live. And that's because they rely on those viewers to secure certain ads and payment for ads. Cough, 90 Day Fiance. Yeah. That's another example, right? For sure, Twitch brought a whole new generation of fans for Gordo content. Or I started watching the newest season of MasterChef because of Hasan.
Some Rebus questions for breakfast. Come at me, bro. Love cool.
It also helps introduce old content to new demographics, especially in Gen Z these days. Exactly. I would have never watched garbage reality TV shows if it wasn't streamed on Twitch. 1,000,000%. Now, again, to be very clear, just in case there's any confusion, I am separating cable television networks from content creators. I do think these are different. And those media companies know it's good to let streamers watch stuff, or it's good to let people post content to YouTube that's like edits and stuff, because you're just getting more traction for the thing. They don't want to crack down on that. If they can help it, they don't want to. We'll move back to the video.
Content creators about it. If I feel like that uploader has like basically kicked them off the algorithm, like this has happened before, I'll either get Austin Ox to talk to the channel and like take it down, or I'll tell that if they're not complying, then you can DMCA it, clap them.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's just like a hard, because at the end of the day you're working with like fair use that by definition doesn't have like a hard line in the sand. Like that's always like decided in the courts in terms of like what is transformative. It's always going to be tough, but I think as long as
courts that will always be in favor of a corporate party. It's not.
And I'm the corporate party in this situation, baby. The wealthiest player in the game.
right.
Come at me, little YouTube channels.
No, he's mad with power.
The Koch brothers love me watching Jubilee, baby.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part, because like people get mad at that shit. I'm like, do you guys even know like this is their whole brand? It revolves around streamers reacting to their content. Like, that's
it's
why
a whole
they make
ecosystem.
it.
Like, they're like, hey, Cody Co, like come in and
Cut does it too.
Yeah.
Jubilee and Cut are fully, completely aware that people restream their stuff and that people react to their stuff and post their reactions to YouTube, and they rely on it. They milk the fuck out of it. Like, I'm pretty sure the goal of the Jubilee production team and editors is to get content creators to notice them. Didn't Jubilee make a whole ass plea to Hasan? I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know what I mean? Literally would not be surprised at all.
They've reached out to me many times. Like, they know how their bread is buttered.
Right.
So that's the other side.
And
of it,
not everybody wants to play that game, and obviously you respect it when someone says
exactly 100%. Like, what is this, CGP Grey? I think Ludwig got clapped by him like a bunch of times. I mean, I've never really watched his videos regardless, but he hates it. Like, he's just like, do not fucking watch my videos. I will kill you.
Yeah.
And to be clear, that's his right. That 100% is his right. If you make content and you don't want people to watch your content for whatever reason, could be any reason, that's your right.
Really explain it.
The hardest words to pronounce is squirrel. Again, not for me. It's really just home run after home run. But if you're really looking to knock someone international down a few pegs, here's a few things that can be extremely hard to say even for English speakers. So when I put it on the screen, we can all try to say it at the same time. Anemone. 3,000.
Rural Brewery. I love you.
Thanks, guys. I needed that.
I don't think it's this one. There's another one where he got gigabaited, unless it keeps going.
Romance languages, pronunciation.
God fucking damn it, he got me.
Hardest words to pronounce.
I love CGP Grey as a creator. I like have watched their videos for like years and years, and finding out that like it like hurt me a little bit. Like it hurt my little parasocial heart. But I'm also, it's like respect.
Yeah. I heard like Tom Nichols doesn't like it, or not. Is it Tom Nichols? Who's the guy? The British guy?
Tom Scott.
British science guy or
British science guy?
British
not the
science guy
USA.
is Tom Scott.
Oh, okay. Tom Nichols is dope.
Yeah. He's like the
I've talked to him
leftist
about,
like video essay guy.
Yeah. No, he's great. I've talked to him about the stuff as well, but that's why his name was in my mind.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about Tom Scott.
Yeah, I love Tom Scott. I get it.
He's done like a whole. It's ironic because like he's done a whole IP video that I reacted to on stream.
Oh,
and
yeah.
people were like, "Oh, he's not gonna like this," but it was like, I never uploaded it, but it was definitely transformative. Like
right.
It was a spirited discussion.
Yeah. Look, ultimately with stuff like this, the answer is vibes based. If you as a creator are made uncomfortable by it, I don't need you. They shouldn't have to present some kind of like elaborate case.
Right.
It's just okay then. I don't know why or why not.
Yeah.
Fine. Even if cut.
And let's talk about two things. Jordan is right, 100%. But let's talk about two things. First of all, if it's fair use, it's fair use. If you take a 10-minute video and make it into a 30-minute video, that feels like fair use to me. It feels like you added a substantial amount to the initial content at that point, right? Now, time is not the only measurement. There's lots of other measurements that that would like suggest that the content has become transformative in some way, right? But as a general like decorum rule, it is the polite thing to do that, oh, this person doesn't want to watch my stuff. I'm just not going to bother doing it. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm not going to even bother. This is fair use. Like, I know this is fair use. I know I'm adding enough to your video. But to be honest, you don't want people to watch your videos? I won't do it. I don't care.
Out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I'd go like, this is boutique content. You're ruining it.
Yeah.
Fine. But that's not the burden of a creator that does think they're doing something transformative. That's valid. So
yeah,
until somebody calls it out,
and that's like, so the last time I talked about this, people got upset because they were like, wait, so you're telling me that streamers should be able to watch whatever they want, whenever they want, and they shouldn't ask for permission beforehand? And it's like, if you're constantly making content transformative, yeah, I don't think you have to ask for permission before you transform that content, right? Like even this fucking video, we're 15 minutes in and I'm pretty sure it's taken us an hour to get through 15 minutes. Okay? At that point, the onus is, I think, is on the original content creator or like YouTuber in this example to reach out and say, I know that was fair use. I know you took a 30-minute video of mine and made it an entire stream. I don't want you to watch my content. I don't give a fuck that it's fair use. I don't want you to watch my content. And at that point, yeah, you can say, you know what? Sure. Whatever you want, man. I don't have an interest in making enemies or streaming content that people don't want me to do. That's fine. Tell those people that game devs can do the same thing with video game streaming and their heads will explode. I mean, the Nintendo case was a very famous case for a reason.
Projecting on behalf of the audience is so annoying to me. Just being like, I feel like the creator would feel this way.
Yeah.
Half the time is dudes that nobody's reacting to that's chirping.
Yeah.
Which is like, don't worry, man, I'm not watching your stuff. I promise. Like, yeah, but
he'll be watching my truck simulator video in no time.
Keep up the great content.
Also, as a quick side note, Billy B, thank you so much for the 13 months. Thank you. Someone in chat, Violent Vibe, said a interesting message, which is, I feel like it would be nice if there was a feature for content creators to label their video as restreamable or not. If I was a YouTuber and I really didn't want people to watch my videos, I would probably within the first 3 minutes of a video put something on the screen that says like, please do not stream this content. Okay, back to the video. Like I would probably do that because if you're streaming content and you see that and you proceed anyways, you're kind of a dick. You're kind of a dick, you know? So if it's in the first like 2 minutes and you see that, it's like, okay, let's watch a different video, guys. You know what I mean? And I know YouTubers will argue and they'll be like, I shouldn't have to do that. Why are you watching my content in the first place? And it's like, because it's transformative. There are lawsuits on this. Like, I added enough. Listen, we already went through all of this with Ethan Klein. I'm not doing anything illegal or whatever, but maybe it's morally wrong. You know what I mean? Let's pretend we didn't see that. Yeah. I mean, XQC would see that and be like, what did that say? I don't know. And then he'd keep going. And then he would just keep going. YouTube does have a toggle for Creative Commons licenses, but it is buried under the description, and most people don't even know it exists in the first place, myself included. I didn't even know that it was. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, it's just like it's just, you know. But I mean, there is truth to it, where it's like it is annoying. You know what I mean? I don't feel that way, but I know others do not feel the same way. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want with my videos. I don't give a shit.
Right, and then like I think it just comes down to the creator and what they want.
And this is why I put a lot of Hasan content at the beginning of my stream. He doesn't care. Doesn't care at all. Like, full IP just doesn't care. So, yeah, I'm going to stream some of it.
And obviously, like, there is fair use. So it's like if you're like making a video critical of someone and you have to use their video source material, you know, you may have a disagreement with that creator, but that's a different concept. Usually this is in the context of like entertainment, but like commentary, like almost like a commentary track on top of some existing video.
The way I see it is like the product that I want people to see at the end of the day on YouTube in a VOD format, like a video on demand format, is no different than a commentary video that you would make. Right? Like and I make enough commentary on a video that you absolutely could do that.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm always like, listen, these guys, like you gotta edit it a little bit more. Come on.
Right.
Like you're just straight up trying to be first to market. And then you take their thumbnails of the people that like I'm reacting to, and it's the same exact
like you
title.
take them out and put another face in.
And it's just like you just did the Mr. Beast app, but with my fucking face.
Chrome extension,
I think in most cases, I know that it's valid because with a lot of creators, I may have watched the video they're reacting to and then I will watch the react.
Yeah.
Because it is very different thing.
Oh, as a consumer, I am like brain broken in the way of, I think I've talked about this before, where I love watching a movie and then watching a ton of like videos about the movie, or watching a video and watching a ton of...
I've begrudgingly watched movies so I can be an elitist about whatever the reviews say.
Or I get recommended like people, like I'll watch a video.
Oh yeah. Do you guys ever get like hyper fixated on something? And you ever really enjoy something and it ends too fast? Like you want more, but it's over. So you go and watch a bunch of YouTube videos on it. I've done that so often. It's like, oh, I finished this video game and there's nothing left. I did this with Game of Thrones because I was watching it and I got recommendations from a friend when to stop. And basically, as soon as I got to the episode, I think it was like the episode after that, they said, you really should stop here. It doesn't get better. This is basically it. I can just tell you what happens. And I remember finishing Game of Thrones. I think I watched up to season 5, and then the writing started going downhill. Like the speaking was just shit. You know what I mean? Like the dialogue between the Stark sisters, for example, was so bad. It was so bad. It was terrible. And I was like, I can't watch this anymore. I can't. But I still wanted more Game of Thrones. So I went and watched a bunch of Game of Thrones videos. Because it's like, I need my face still. I'm not done. I haven't moved on yet. Okay? Please. Season 5 is the last season? Yeah.
Video myself, and then like you or like somebody else will react to it, and I'll be like, I could watch it again. I don't know. It's like at the end of the day, I'm like, it's like I'm listening while I'm like, you know, on a run or something like that. So
people see it as like a 1-to-1 where they say that it's like you're completely working to like push the other original form of content off market. And I think that in certain instances it can be like that, especially if your input is just like, oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Or not.
In the instance of the Sniper Wolf stuff, SS Sniper Wolf stuff, I'm sad that we didn't get to do it yesterday, but maybe we can watch like a short segment on that really quickly so you guys can get an idea. As a Sniper Wolf, listen, she's a girl boy. Girl boy. She's a girl boss, okay? She is a fucking girl boss to the maximum. She has been on YouTube for I don't even know how long, and she still manages to pull pretty good views.
Not anything at all. But if you're like genuinely providing commentary, like, or I guess in my case, duking it out with chatters who have a very different opinion on the subject matter that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why I'm late today is literally because I was watching this lady get arrested by the cops for like doing a prank phone call. And that part of the reason why I got late is because, well, one, my haircut took longer than I expected, but I was meaning to like do coverage on it.
Right.
And
I thought he was saying I got laid.
Arguments ensued because people.
You mentioned Cutie and someone will still talk about how much they hate Hasan. Dude, I tweeted, even tweets that are not about him, you still have to deal with hate. I tweeted, because I realized I hadn't posted in a while, so I was like, let me tweet something. And I think I tweeted, sorry, I haven't tweeted anything. I've been really busy having sex. And by having sex, I mean moving all of my furniture. And someone responded to that being mad at Hasan. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Please go seek help. Seek help immediately. Oh my God. Please talk to a friend or a family member. Christ. It's so unhinged. It's so unhinged.
People were like defending the cops, and I was like, "You're fucking stupid,"
Right.
You know. And
Dude,
and that's how you arrive at the hasanabi memes, where the runtime is like 3 times the original video's runtime.
Yeah.
Pick a fucking lane.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like either I'm pausing too much or we're not pausing enough.
Well, most of the people don't watch. They just see the memes and they run with it. So they'll like come into the chat and be like, where's the chair reacts? Why haven't we gotten the chair reacts yet? I'm like, do you not understand what you're saying? Like, you came in here, you didn't get the expectation. So now you're just like, instead of reconfiguring your perspective on like maybe you were duped into believing something, you're just like, no, I want to see that. But anyway, let's not talk about fucking reacting. I'm sorry, this is boring.
Oh no, yeah. What
else do we want? I've actually got a few debates.
I'm going to do it again when I make some time, but I opened a suggestion box for a while on things that people basically asking, is there anything that you want to see on stream? Is there anything that you think should be changed? What do you like about the stream? What do you not like about the stream? So I could get a better idea of how to like improve stuff. You know what I mean? And I remember I think I got an equal number of people saying you pause too much as I did people saying, I love how much you pause. It's very... It's like straight down the middle. Straight down the middle, 50-50. You need to pause more. You need to pause less. Okay. All right. I can't do anything about that. All right. I can't.
Topic, so let's get into.
Let's do it.
Change my mind.
DeSantis is cute.
Also,
cool.
1 second, really quickly. Want to talk about one thing as well. I've always thought it was silly that people think that Twitch Reacts and the original YouTube video are a direct one-to-one for a variety of reasons. But the primary reason why I think that it's kind of ridiculous is because there are streamers who I don't want to watch. And there are sometimes videos where the streamer is just pausing too much. You know? Like, I have watched, I don't even know how many videos, okay, where someone is reacting to it and they pause too much. Kind of like what I'm doing now. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm just going to go watch the video on my own. You know, like, I feel like it's different content for different types of viewers, you know? But anywho, moving on.
I don't agree with that.
No Riz.
I do think genuinely, I think the only chance DeSantis has at having any kind of cultural impact, not winning, but some kind of cultural impact, would be to become really ooh-woo and just become like a little sweetie. Do you remember, I did everything right and they indicted me.
Yeah.
Worked for Trump because he said it in such a cute little voice.
Yeah, I mean, because he is ooh. Trump is very kawaii.
He's
in many
too
respects.
ahead. He has to pivot now. DeSantis just being like, I'm sorry, Disney. Oh, Disney, I'm so sorry.
He did kind of do that. He was like on CNBC. He was like, come on, just drop the court case. I'm done. You know, let bygones be bygones. I was like, dude, you're so cringe.
But if he,
which is so funny because he realized, also, hi, Theo. He realized that Disney has so much money. I wouldn't even be surprised if Disney made like 90% of the income of Florida. I think it's lower than that, but I do know that they get a lot of tourism from it. And obviously increases GDP of the state. But it was so funny that he realized, oh fuck, I'm getting sued by Disney and they have more money than I will ever see. Hey guys, hey, could we honestly, we've kind of moved on. If you guys could also just move on, that would be great. We would love that. That would be so great. The lost 500 million plus on Disney or sorry, they lost $500 million on Disney Plus and don't care. They have cash to burn. Disney has more cash to burn than like anyone else, other than I guess Elon Musk, who is clearly showing us how much money you can burn. A lot of stores also don't say in only Orlando Pride so much a coast and all your area all around. Yeah. He really told Disney people, hey, maybe you should drop the lawsuit. It was just a joke and we're past it now. Please don't sue me. Please don't sue me. What is SadBoyz? SadBoyz is a podcast that Jordan and Jarvis, friends of the channel, run, where they talk about feelings with their guests.
Gone. I'm EP. I don't want to do this anymore.
I'm EP.
Come on, you changed your mind, maybe.
You're not EP. You're 27.
Free advice.
Oh yeah, out of the campaign.
Yeah, cut that out.
No free feet, no free advice for the Republican campaign.
Oh God, Ron DeSantis wins.
No, it can all be traced back to this moment,
and I don't
He's
get
just
any
deporting
money.
you first.
Yeah, dude, we've already been through that. yeah, you created your own worst enemy, dude.
Yeah, he doesn't make me leave beforehand.
Yeah, it was very good advice, but now you're gone.
Now I'm not cute anymore.
Yeah, he's got some great ideas. Do you guys talk about politics on this podcast?
If it's interesting.
Yeah, we dabble. I feel like
I have a no politics rule on mine. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, really?
We try not to talk about any politics on my podcast.
I think that's smart considering how much other content there is of you doing politics.
Yeah.
Also, when you spend all day and all night fucking talking about politics, it is a nice reprieve to talk about other things. As someone who has been interested in politics for the past decade and is still just as interested, like reading the news, I'm a fucking loser. Reading the news still brings me joy. Like reading it and seeing what is like breaking news that is occurring right now, I feel very fulfilled, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh man, yeah, this is cool. Yeah, I know what's happening in our country. Because the feeling of not knowing what's happening in your country, it's very embarrassing. Okay? I don't know why it's embarrassing. I couldn't explain it to you in words or good enough words. But I get embarrassed, even before I started streaming this shit, I get embarrassed if someone asks me a question and I don't know the answer to it and it's related to politics in the US, especially if it's an easy answer. Like yesterday we did the Jeopardy show and there was the alphabet mafia category, which we fucking bombed. But I think that that's fine because you're not going to know every single government agency and what every single government agency has as like subsections of that agency. You know what I mean?
Slay.
Brogan, hi. Hi, Brogan. I was showing off the Theo chewing your lashes video earlier today. But thank you for the 15 months. How's it going? That one was harder than I expected too. Yeah, there's so much obscure trivia. Yeah, like you don't need to know. I killed the astrology category. Thank you, Homestuck. Thank you, Faced. Theo chewing your lashes, and I no, but Theo. You forgot the most powerful agency, the BOFA. How could I fucking forget? Forgetting who Conan O'Brien was? I don't want to talk about it. Okay, I was like, I pressed the button. And I was like, Stephen Colbert. And I was like, no, that's not that guy's name. Stephen Colbert is the guy with the glasses and the black hair. What's his fucking name? What's his name? It was a full-blown SpongeBob moment where it's like, how did we lose his name? Where's the name? And I couldn't get Stephen Colbert out of my head. And then once he said Conan, I was like, Yes. His name is Conan. Yes. I thought it was Letterman, to be honest. It was a toss-up for me between, I figured it was Conan because we saw that one video about like how Conan treats his staff, which seemingly is very nice. And a lot of people that have worked with him have talked about how they've enjoyed their experience. But I assumed it was Conan O'Brien or Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart strikes me as the type of person that would pay his employees. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But he just kind of strikes me as that kind of person that wouldn't fuck over his writers. So if anyone has like an article or source or whatever,